Welcome back. Here we are, looking at some crypto. Today we're going to be talking about a couple things. Once again, following up with my past video and what's happening today and how it could potentially play out into next week. Potentially. Based off of previous price action in the past. Anyway, topics that we're going to talk about. We're going to go into some charting, of course, right? Go over the basics. I'm going to be talking about a stablecoin proposition within the European Union and the countries that are involved with it, and what my personal opinion is upon the subject. Great for crypto, terrible for people who aren't involved with crypto, but we'll take a deep dive into that. We're going to be going over a new protocol token that could potentially have an extreme play within the economy when we talk about world finances and prediction markets like futures, especially with this new token that came out on the Qtum network. Anyway, taking a deep dive into the basics. Here we are, Coin360. Overall, the market itself is down. I was telling you guys this yesterday. US dollar index is going up. Stuff is going to fall. Things are going to be getting cheaper here. But, like I also said, we might see a little run in alts. And of course, a brand new alt that came out seems to be the only one that's truly pumping right now, along with other similar coins within the sector. Taking a look at CoinGecko here. Overall, the top coins, right? Top most valuable, most known coins are just pretty much trading sideways. You have Crypto.com's Crow. I mean, people don't really utilize the token other than to get interest payments with cryptos on their platform. Not saying it's a scam. It's not a scam, but at the same time, it is a scam. I don't see a point in using that token whatsoever. It has no real use case other than stacking it up within the platform and only within the platform. Literally has no other use case than that. This money is purely hype, but at the same time, maybe that's just the wave. But like I said, I personally don't hold any Crow because it is not a custody-based token, so you have no control over it. They could yank the plugin anytime. I wouldn't be surprised if this is a Mt. Gox move to where they have a bunch of people get involved, and then all of a sudden, oh, the platform just doesn't exist anymore, and all of that money within the platform is just gone. Be a real shame, huh? Anyway, digging deep more into the crypto markets, things that are taking off right now. We have Celsius Network, like I said, the same exact thing. The Cell token, right? It's the same thing. It's a not crowdfunding, but it's just a pooling token to where you can earn interest on it and whatnot like that. Ontology, part of the prediction markets. I was telling you last video, I'm heavy in Ontology. That's up 10% as of right now. 29, 30% soon to be on the weekly, but this stuff is about to drop. IOST, Internet of Services, they're a real project. They should have a way higher ranking than 100. I don't know why people haven't gotten involved with this token yet, but that's beyond me. Hold on. Whew, bless me. Also scrolling down here, Yearn Finance, another DeFi protocol, is making its all-time high again. All-time high got hit yesterday. Started trading down, now it's trading sideways. I'm expecting a wee bit of a dump. And we just have a couple others here that are just beginning to trade up. UMA, I'm waiting for UMA to pop, but we're not here to talk about every single cryptocurrency. If you really want to know, DM your boy. If you have a question about a project, have a question about crypto, where to buy, what to buy, send your boy a Snapchat, send your boy an Instagram DM on his spam account, whatever. email me on this bitch. That'd be pretty cool. It's pretty much all I want to talk about with the crypto coins. Once again, diving deep into some actual charting, updating you on the US dollar index here. We're going to the 15-minute chart for a more in-depth view, okay? As you can see, we had a wee bit of a run-up. I was telling you guys yesterday, it touched, found support, it's coming back up. Went up, touched its previous close, bounced down, tried to retest it, bouncing down, could potentially be falling, right? Be falling down. As it's falling down, all of these other assets will pump, okay? Will pump, and give back to the market stance, as in, oh hey, we're going back up. And then that's when US dollar will switch over again. US dollar will begin to touch some line or whatever, or touch a Fibonacci zone or whatever the terms may be. But overall direction still for me is up if we bring it to the weekly time frame. In the next couple of weeks, for the rest of this month, essentially, I still think we're going up. It broke the wedge. A green dot printed. Past couple days on the daily time frame, we're going up. Money inflow on the 4-hour. Okay, money inflow, we're aiming up. Okay. I don't know what else to say. Bring it to the 1 hour one more time. What is that, boys, girls? We have a divergence. Okay. Second wave on that higher wave. It always goes up. Okay. Second wave, higher wave, always goes up. Second wave, higher wave, always goes up. I understand, yes, I see that it's dropping overall, but still, okay, higher wave. Couple hours afterwards, it's going up. I'm talking about today's price action, okay? Today's price action, we could potentially be skyrocketing. I really hope so. But, overall picture, I'm still extremely bullish on the US dollar index. I believe it's cracking up. Intel, just Intel. I see a red dot. As soon as I see a red dot, a red cross, money inflow begins to aim downward. Okay, 4-hour especially. As soon as I see a pattern of a red divergence, that's when I'll be 100%. Okay, we're dropping. We're dropping back down. Prices will begin to rise. But anyway, checking out Bitcoin, right? I was talking about how yesterday we were going to dump. We were going to have a slight pump, right? I told you we were going to have a slight pump with that US, or not the US, but the Asian session, GBP session. And then once the US session hits, that's when we were going to take a dump skis. I was talking about the divergence play. It did exactly that. We had our little run up. Asian session hit. GBP session hit. Right? We had our little run up. And then, well, overall now it's coming down. At least that's what I believe it to be. You had a lot of people on YouTube talking about how this is going to be 100% bullish, 100% this, 100% that. A lot of people, a lot of newbies are putting in longs. They're putting in longs, and sure enough, what gets liquidated in the past 24 hours? Why is this not loading? Hold on. Let me hit it with that refresh real quick. In the past 24 hours, a lot of longs were liquidated compared to the shorts. These exchanges, I'm telling you. These exchanges, they make money off of ripping you guys off. I don't know what to tell you. A lot of people were longing. $4.8 million worth. Double than what yesterday was off the shorts. Okay. And with notices like this, I wouldn't be surprised if people were beginning to short on the low. But hey, you know, we'll see. I'm protected. That's all I care about. I'm really excited. Bring down to the 1 minute here just to show you an even more in-depth, delicious view. Got a red dot. For the next couple of minutes in this video, I'm expecting it to dump just a wee bit. We might be, like I said, coming back up to test this previous close before the huge dip like I'm expecting. But hey, we'll see. We shall see. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, let's hop on over to the Dow Jones, okay? Dow Jones and the NASDAQ we're going to be going over. Strictly just the price. No indicators, nothing. Strictly just price. Not looking too good. It's forming a double bottom. We might be, testing a delicious high, or not a high, but a delicious Fibonacci level before a big dump. I'm expecting it to hit 27 and then dump back down. That's what I'm expecting. We'll see what happens. That's just my fucking playbook. And then into next week, a huge crash happens. US dollar index shoots up. But like I was saying, we will see. If it breaks that, we are 100% going to be testing the $28,000 range, or $28,500 range, my bad. Time will tell. Keep yourselves protected. That's all I have to say. Don't buy hype. Hopping onto the NASDAQ. This took a very big dump today as soon as market opened. I'm not surprised though. I was telling you guys yesterday this is going to happen. Stocks are dying. It's 100% propped up by fake money. We have money flow going down on the 5-minute chart. Bring it on over to the 1-hour chart. A double bottom did get created. It's not a high or low divergence like I usually like. Okay. But however, we could, like I was saying, could be potentially seeing a nice little run up today. But it's not permanent. Okay. Bringing on over to the 12-hour chart. Zooming out one more time. Overall, is bearish. We have money flow beginning to go down. It's creating a divergence on the buying pressure. It's not staying within the bands. Broke down before the bands. Looking back, what happens when we break down the bands. Okay. Why are you texting me right now? Okay. Bitcoin dominance. Bringing it to the 1 hour. I was claiming it was going to fall. It fell. We had our little run up. Doesn't seem to be holding support. I would like it to break the 59.7% mark before I'm 100% bearish, before it comes down to test this line again. Okay, we'll extend this out just a wee bit. It broke its previous close. I'm expecting a semi-run in certain sectors of crypto, along with a crash with other sectors and a crash with everything else. Macro scale. Okay. In the short term, I think this stuff is dumping. Hopping over to the US dollar index one more time for your visual pleasure. I want it to fall. I want it to fall. I want it to create a pattern and then pump up. Anyway, that's enough for the price action. That's enough for the updates on that. As much as I'd love to get into other cryptocurrencies and what's happening, not worth the time right now. Anyway, stablecoins, right? A big, huge talk in the crypto space right now. More than usual. For the past 2 years, there's been talk about stablecoins being issued out with governments and stuff like that. But now, we have China, right? Past 6 months, China has been using a digital yuan. They already have the digital yuan made. Okay, they already have that. It's only being used in certain provinces. It's not 100% everywhere in China, but like everything else, it'll slowly grow. It will take 10 years for stablecoins to be adopted. It took 10 years for countries to create their own fiat currency. 10 years. Okay, we're on like year 2. So maybe 8. It'll take like 8 more years before we start actually seeing real implementations of a stablecoin. Point is, what is a stablecoin? Okay, a stablecoin essentially is going to be a central bank backed currency, right? So the current financial system, you have banks. Banks are, ran on certain reserves and stuff like that, gold reserves, usually 1 to 30 ratios. So, they have limited borrowing power from the Federal Reserve, yada yada yada. Even though they took I'm blanking, fudge. There's a ratio. There's a ratio they have to follow. They don't no longer have to follow that ratio. So if the bank starts running out of money and they don't have any gold in their reserves to borrow money, they can simply just ask the Federal Reserve to print money rather than actually having collateral for the money. But, however, what I really wanted to get into with the stablecoin thing, a lot of people say, like, oh, this would be really, really good, a really, really juicy way for average people to get involved with these other cryptocurrencies, right? True. Yes, people could be taking their CBDC stablecoin in France or, the US or Europe of some sort, some country in Europe, China, Japan, whatever, and exchange it for Bitcoin, right? Exchange it for digital gold or exchange it for, a different type of crypto token that serves some sort of purpose for individual gain or just overall portfolio accumulation, whatever the terms may be. Yes, very true, because it would imprint in people's brains that, oh, okay, this blockchain technology is not, some fad. This is here to stay. This is like the internet 2.0, hashtag web 3.0. Here's the thing, though. FedNow, okay, the platform FedNow that was introduced by the Federal Reserve about a year ago, not a full year, maybe like 9 months ago, 10 months ago, or something like that. But essentially, to put it simply, most people in the United States are on a salary. They get paid every 2 weeks, okay? 2 times a month, every 2 weeks. What stablecoins can offer, that can offer implementation of governments to not only see exactly how much you make and pay out exactly how much you make, but you get paid by the daily time frames. This was a theory that was posted on Twitter that I read. I forgot what it was. I wish I could give him credit, but I'm not taking credit for this whatsoever. I read it on Twitter. Disclaimer, okay? But what the theory was, and if you look into the FedNow coin and the FedNow platform, okay, their idea of a central bank currency, this is how it goes. Let's say you have Steve who works, a $50,000 a year salary, okay? Steve gets paid 2 weeks, or gets paid every 2 weeks, 2 times a month. Instead of him getting paid in stablecoin every 2 times a month, like normal, he would be getting paid every day. He puts in 8 hours, he gets 8 hours worth of stablecoin. He puts in 12 hours the next day, he gets 12 hours worth. If you work overtime, you get the X amount in overtime, right? But here's the thing with the stablecoin ideology on it, okay? They can program the coin to only purchase certain industries. So think about that. When you get paid, some of your money goes to rent, some of your money goes to food, some of your money goes to your car, some of your money goes to alcohol, drugs, whatever the things may be, video games. You'll be getting paid every day, but the FedNow token, not saying this is going to happen with every, digital bank currency, but with the FedNow token, they're proposing the idea to save against economy, oversaturation in industries and or struggling industries. Delilah, off. Come on. Off. They can program the token. They can mint certain tokens that are only verifiable on the blockchain for transfer through certain merchants. So for example, he works 8 hours, he can only spend 20% of that money on food, 20% of that money on gas, 20% of that money on rent, and then he'll have 20% of that money on just other, rather than getting a paycheck and blowing it on shoes, okay? His buying power is restricted. Think about that. The buying power is restricted. Kind of similar to what the current financial system is, eh? So is that a good thing? Maybe. Yes. You can think real deep into how the current financial system works and compare it to what their opinion is on it. And if I was running a country, if I was running a real society and I had a whole economy working under my wing, and I was the man controlling the strings, I would 100% have a digital payments initiative like that, because simply due to the fact that if I see an industry in my economy going down, right, I see like automobiles suffering, okay, and I have a bunch of money, or I know a bunch of elite class members who have a lot of money in that industry who are losing money, right? Losing money means that they're losing other money in certain industries. Not saying that's something that backs it, but okay, a better example would be like oil or something like that. But I would be 100% taking certain stable coins and pretty much forcing my citizens to purchase that to keep it up and running, to make it not go bankrupt. Whereas I know for a fact the economy has this, the economy has that. A lot of people spend $800-900 a month on shoes. You don't need that. These people are extremely wealthy and they like having a shoe collection, but you don't need that. So the FedNow initiative would simply restrict their buying power to a point where instead of spending all your money on shoes, you could spend your money on gas. You could spend your money on a car. You could spend your money on this and help this industry out, because this is what's needed right now. This industry's suffering. Okay? So a little hard to wrap your head around, just simply because it's just such a change to the current way we spend and get money. But that's the thing, we were trading pelts at one point in time, 300, 400 years ago. I would be taking my pelt of fur from a bear that I assassinated, decapitated, and made it my bitch. And I'd be bringing it to you, trading it for food. And now we trade dollars. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe we are going to be going to the CBDC, central bank currency, stablecoin era. Anyway, this bot token, okay? I looked into it a little bit. It came out a couple days ago. I was thinking, alright, we'll see what happens. It's built on the Qtum network. I've never seen any tokens being built on the Qtum network before. Okay. You can only get this token through the Qtum platform. But essentially, it helps with derivatives. It helps with futures trading, right? So, there's no video. Otherwise, I would play the video to show you the use cases, right? But, in short, in a sense, okay, stocks, forex, bonds, real estate, whatever the futures market you're trading, this token, this little bot token holders have the power, okay? They have the power. They have the validating power to agree on a certain contract within the blockchain that's backed, on the Qtum network, and it can execute these futures trades faster, more, transparent, and everything else on top of that. So essentially, you're using the token to vote on a certain thing, okay? And when that certain prediction goes through, okay, the bot token holders that were correct earned more earned more bot tokens through that protocol of exchange that happened, okay? Whereas the contributing one in the opposite direction of the financial term, okay, let's say they put it in on a long on Tesla, and then Tesla dumps, their bot tokens are now taken out of the protocol and given to the token providers on the long protocol, per se, okay, if that makes any sense. They talk about the insurance predictions, insurance markets, they talk about sports predictions, traditional market predictions, prices of food, information, data, probably represented by a certain protocol called VeChain. Who knows, right? Who knows? It's a new thing. It's only been out for a couple days. It's extremely, 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 extremely important, though, to stay up to date with it. I'm pretty excited. You can tie in your Qtum wallet or whatever, which could be protected through Ledger. There's also something else the Ethereum protocol as well. You can be taking Uniswap tokens probably and doing the same thing to Uniswap tokens, being represented by bot tokens of certain yield farms. I'll dive deep into that one day. That's kind of stuff that I am slowly learning how to do, and that's kind of like my thing. I don't really want to talk about that and give that information out, honestly. I really don't. Yeah. Anyway, before we leave, before we get done with this video, said at the very beginning I was expecting the US dollar to kind of make a little new high here, and the Bitcoin price would be falling in the next couple of minutes. Let's take a look, skis. Go to the 3-minute chart. Okay, well, I mean, yeah, it's pumping, but at the same time, like, the US dollar's pumping. It's a fake pump. Like, this is 100% a fake pump. US dollar, or the Bitcoin dominance. Yeah, Bitcoin dominance is dropping. So, money's coming out of altcoins to go into Bitcoin to prop up, to liquidate the people going long. Okay, to liquidate the people going long. The US dollar index is going to be going up. Eventually, people are going to be selling their Bitcoin, right? They're going to be selling this Bitcoin. What's going to happen? It's going to dump. People are going to believe this coin to be going long. They're not even going to be paying attention to the fundamentals. Ugh. I hate this world. I hate this world so much. It's such a terrible, terrible thing. But at the same time, I am still holding my altcoins. I am still earning my staking rewards. I'm in it for the long run. 10-year period. Multi-billionaire in the making. As we are speaking, what's happening? A beautiful, beautiful lower high divergence on the 1-minute chart. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm expecting a dump. Remember, save yourself from inflation and accept decentralization. I hope you learned something. These videos are not trying to scam people. These videos are 100% me being a goofball, talking about some crypto, updating you on how the world's working, updating you on real news rather than Black Lives Matter and beautiful politicians going back and forth, even though they're still both backed by BlackRock. Okay? They're still being paid by the same fucking people, same fundamentals. But hey, what do I know? I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Remember, wash those hands. Deuces.